What is up everybody, it's your boy Cameron Bash here and welcome back to the Movement channel, where today we're coming at you guys with a pretty exciting WWE 2K22 video as some recent information has been brought to light about the game, which reveals that features dating back to the SmackDown vs Raw franchise will be making a return to the game. Now we're once again touching on the interview that content creator Brian Mazik did with 2K developers Lionel Jinx and Christina Pham, covering over 40 minutes of goodness when it comes to WWE 2K22. If you'd like to check out the full interview, as well as some other videos covering information from it and other sources from around the internet, then we'll leave a link to all that good stuff in the description down below. But today, we're here to discuss some new additions to the game, some of which were introduced way back during the SmackDown vs Raw / THQ days of the game series, and haven't been seen since 2K took over. So let's get straight into that and find out what's new. So the first bit of information we have to go off here today is related to the pin system / kickout system for the game. Now since 2K took over the series with WWE 2K15, they have opted to have a kickout minigame that sees you hold the X button until it reaches a certain slice of a circle, and if you hit it correctly, you'll kick out. The more damage you take throughout the match, the smaller your sliver of the circle gets, making it harder to kick out. Well, it has now been revealed by Lionel Jinx that the game will be returning to the system that was commonly used throughout the SmackDown vs Raw franchise, where you would instead have to mash the face buttons of your controller until it reached a certain point on a kick-out meter, and if you made it, you would kick out. Again, the more damage that you took throughout the match would make your kick-out meter longer and therefore harder to kick out. Now it's quite interesting to hear that 2K wants to go back to this old way of kicking out. Many of us here within the movement have been playing ever since the SVR days, so while it is a bit of a nostalgia feeling for us, hearing that this feature is going to come back, it doesn't come without its flaws. People found a few different ways to make kicking out with this system much easier for themselves, including modded controllers, as well as using things like a battery to make rubbing the face buttons on the controller that much easier. On top of that, there's another aspect to this as well outside of the people cheating, where players with disabilities may find it hard to adapt to this new way of doing things. Content creator The Starstruck, aka Daphne, described this problem perfectly on Twitter, where she said, "I hope there will be more options for the pinning system as a whole. For a variety of accessibility and for people with disabilities, this is not the best option to be honest. But I am still hopeful we will have a variety like with the submission system. It would be a real kick in the teeth if you were someone who was only able to play WWE 2K15 up to WWE 2K20 because the control scheme allowed for your disability to adapt to it, and now you have to abandon the series with 2K22 because the series essentially abandoned you by not having a control scheme that allows you to play it. All in all, just like Daphne said here, we're hoping that WWE 2K22 will give you the option to switch between two different pinning options, especially when it comes to online matches, because the community as a whole, for many different reasons, doesn't want to see this SmackDown vs Raw style of doing things return to WWE 2K22. Following on from that, we got another pretty big confirmation related to the reversal limits in this game. Now ever since WWE 2K16, the second game in 2K's takeover of the WWE Games series, they've had this feature in the game that gives you reversal limits. This would vary from superstar to superstar depending on how high their reversal stat was, giving them a total between 1 to 5 reversals. This added a level of depth to the game that hadn't been seen before, as now you had to carefully time your reversals as to not waste them all, because that could then lead to your opponent hitting a free finisher on you and then getting the win. However, in WWE 2K22, we're once again going back to the old days of SmackDown vs Raw because that feature is gone, and just like with the pinning system situation, this has caused a bit of a reaction from the WWE Games community. Everything that I just explained about tactically reversing online has been thrown out the window because you'll now be able to reverse as many times as you like. It's these two features in particular, unlimited reversals and the ability to button mash to kick out, which famously led to online SmackDown vs Raw matches lasting a very long time in some cases, something that I don't think many players are happy to learn could be coming back to WWE 2K22. WWE 2K22 will feature the addition of dodge and blocks as well, on top of the standard reversals, so fingers crossed, with these 3 different methods of defending attacks from your opponents, hopefully some of them will come with some sort of downside or counter, so there's a tactical element to using them against your opponents while in game. It's going to be interesting to see if there will be any response from 2K based on these reactions to these changes and features, because as of right now, overall, it doesn't feel like the community is a big fan of these changes. But What do you guys think of these changes? Are you a fan of the direction that they are going in here? Or are you feeling the same way as a lot of other people within the community? We'd love to hear all your thoughts in the comment section down below, and while you're down there, don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe for more WWE 2K22 content. Thanks very much for watching this video, guys, and we'll see you soon for another one.